And I'm here in my office, and for another video lesson for this week. I'm going to do 2 lessons on this one video. So let's get right to it. Let me get my book. Here I am again. Okay. So, yeah, my office is almost done. I'll give you a shot of it here in a minute. We're closing in. I get to move into this new office next week, so I'm happy about that. All right. Lesson 9 is about entrepreneurship and competition. And this is a great lesson. We are just maybe 2 weeks away from doing our econ businesses. So that's going to be great, and you're really going to enjoy it, where we sell things and make money and all that. But tonight, entrepreneurship and competition. Let's talk about that. So your book is going to talk about entrepreneurship. An entrepreneur is a name of a person who starts their own business. An entrepreneur has risk. They have vision. They have a vision about what they want to do. And that vision so motivates them and other people maybe that come around to them that they're willing to risk. They're willing to risk whatever money they have, whatever resources they have. They're willing to risk it for that business or that enterprise to be successful. So that's what we mean by entrepreneurship. All right? Some other terms in your chapter. Revenue, expenses, profit, and loss. It's all about that. Revenue is a name of money that comes into a business or into an organization. It's called revenue. Money that you and I earn as individuals is called income. It's the same thing. Expenses is the money that goes out. That's the money that we spend. Income comes in, revenue comes in. Expenses is what we spend to operate the business or to operate our homes, all right? If we have more income than expenses, in other words, if I make $100 a week but I spend $50 a week, then it's said that I have a profit of $50 a week, meaning I have money left over, all right, that I can do other things with, which we'll talk about for the next lesson. Or if I make $100 a week, but it's costing me $150 a week to run my business or to run my home, then I have what's called a loss of $50 a week. And unless I've got money set aside in savings from before, I can't continue to operate at a loss all the time, or eventually I'll just be out of business. I'll be out of money. So that's what that's about. Now, competition is a good thing. When you have more people competing against each other for other people's businesses, competition is a good thing. Competition protects the customers. Well, one of the things that protects the customers from is potentially higher prices. You know, if only one person is selling that which you want, there again, scarcity, then you're going to pay, and you're going to pay dearly for that. However, if multiple people are offering you the same thing, the similar service or same service, then what happens is prices come down. So competition is a good thing. We want to see people out there competing, all right? Whether it's, and you know, we hear a lot of people today, and like healthcare. Healthcare is something that when you'll hear the term single payer. There are some people that want a single payer to take care of health care, and that means there are people who want the federal government to be the only one taking care of the health insurance industry, all right? They're going to take care of the claims and pay everything. But there's no competition. And everybody knows that if they're without competition, prices go up. But if you have multiple payers, if you've got multiple things, all right, it's going to bring competition in, and it's going to bring prices down. And that's whether it's in the medical field, the health field, or if it's selling gas, or if it's selling hot dogs, I mean, whatever, okay? Competition protects customers from high prices. So that's a great feature about entrepreneurs and businesses and competition. Competition also protects workers. Your book talks about that. There's a term, and I want to get this, it's called marginal productivity. Now here's how competition protects workers. it ensures that workers are going to get paid a fair wage. All right, you don't need the federal government to give you a minimum wage. All right, you don't need minimum wage at $15 or $20 an hour. You don't need that at all. What you need is competition in businesses, because what happens is competition in business will mean that workers are going to get paid a fair wage that they're willing to work for. All right, if this person over here is not willing to pay you for your time, the other person probably will. All right, that's what competition brings. So we compete not only with our goods, but we compete for our workers. All right. Now there's a term called marginal productivity, and I'll give you the big picture, and then and that'll take care of this lesson. Marginal productivity says, will my business prosper? Will my business be even better if I hire one more employee? If I hire one more employee. In the illustration in your book, it talks about a restaurant, and they don't have any bus boys. Bus boys or bus people, sorry girls, bus boys are people who come by the tables after a person's done, and they clean up the tables. They take the dirty plates off, and they take them into the kitchen, and then they're washed by the dishwashers. I was a dishwasher once. So now, if a restaurant doesn't have adequate coverage in that area, then they might have some tables sitting out there that got dirty plates on them. And you got more customers coming in, and they're not going to get seated at those tables. And it's been said that the average table, in your book it says the average table will sell $26 worth of food. And it might only cost the restaurant $20, so every table is $6 worth of profit. And for every 30 minutes, I think. So what the book is saying is, if you got these dirty tables, no one's sitting there, you're losing the opportunity to make money. So hire a busboy, and if he can clean up 2 tables inside of 30 minutes, you could pay him, that's $6 a table, 30 minutes, you could pay him $12 an hour. All right? So that's the idea. Marginal productivity is, what will it cost me by adding one more employee? Will it help my business, or will it not? All right? I'm going to pause for just a minute, and then we'll go to lesson 10, which is on savings and investment.